little bit. Ooh, ah, there's your clap.
Wow.
Stupid. Why do we both sound sick?
It's because what I sound like and you not wanting to feel left out.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys, welcome back.
We hope you guys are having a good day.
The best day.
Ever.
The greatest day.
Like, better than your wedding.
Or,
Unless
yeah. And what if they're divorced and the wedding is like the worst day of their lives now?
Well, then better than your divorce.
What if the divorce was the happiest day of their life?
Oh, it's better than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now we're on the same page.
Yeah. That's how good I hope you guys of a day you're having.
Yeah, this guy just got back from Hawaii.
I mean, not just.
Well, when this episode comes out, it'll be like a month ago.
Yeah, true, huh? Probably like not really, but anyways.
Yeah.
How are you, Chris?
I'm good, man. Good. Still
Standing up really.
Still very bassy sounding in my voice for some reason, but you know.
Yeah, dude.
It just is now.
Yeah, this is really bad.
It's also really good
No, it's not.
because I can do this now, and it's
I
kind of
could
cool.
do this as well, like, Adrian.
Yeah, it's like you sound like a drunk Sylvester Stallone when you do it.
I just sound like Sylvester Stallone now. Have you heard him recently? He's just like, movie. It's legit how he sounds like.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Someone get this guy an acting job to do voiceover specifically for Sylvester Stallone.
Like, especially like animated stuff. So there's like an animated Rocky series. I got this.
Done.
Yeah, man. Sports, how your Rockies doing as of this recording?
As they always do. Subpar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like they're having fun this season, though.
They do look like they're having fun. I think they just lost to the Marlins, but...
Like, when they went to Miami, they all, like, dressed up. I don't know if you saw that or not. Like,
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they look like they're enjoying themselves, which is nice to see. I just wish that they would show that on the field.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with, you know, not putting any money into athletes or anything.
It's like, well, we suck. Let's just have fun while we do it.
Exactly. So that's what it is.
They need to watch Moneyball.
Yeah, Charlie Blackmon just became like the second Rocky in franchise history with the most hits or something.
Oh, good for him. I like Chuck
It was
Nasty.
supposed to be Nolan.
Nolan.
It's all right. My hat's all goofed on my head.
I'm hoping that by the time this gets out, the Nuggets are still in it. But
We'll see.
oof.
Oof.
We'll see. We'll find out. We'll update you guys probably later on this.
Yeah. See, being a Rockies fan, I know my expectations. They're going to be less than 500 probably, so it's fine.
It's worse than it's better than being an Avs fan right now.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh.
Hector, let's get going.
Yeah, let's go.
Not like you watch these anyway.
Yeah,
Round one.
All right. Allergy, Chris.
I don't know if it's allergies or just shit. I really have no idea.
Allergy shit, Chris.
Yeah,
What's
let's go
the
with that.
first subject?
The first subject is pet peeves. I like to start this one off. G. That's just my pet peeve. Is just G.
The letter G. Not even just me. It's just the letter G
It's
as well.
everything G.
Everything G. Gluten.
Well, I will say, kind of on topic of talking shit to you, my biggest pet peeve when I was doing all the audios when you do your fucking mouth clicks. Yeah, because you did that so much, and I'm just like, bruh. But then we figured out how to work around that, so it's whatever now.
Did we?
Yeah. Well, I did.
Yeah, I didn't. I just let it ride, baby.
Yeah.
The most imperfections makes this the perfect podcast.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. I don't know if I can fix that one. That was like guttural and juicy.
That was dedicated. That was delivered. Pet peeves. Driving slow is definitely one of my pet peeves.
Walking slow is a pet peeve.
Someone asking me for the directions when they can just Google them is my pet peeve.
Yeah.
So like if I have
that bothers me.
So if I have like a show and they're like, "Oh, where is it at?" I was like, "Oh, it's in the Moxie. Can you send me directions?" I was like, "Yeah,"
Just
and I just sent them
Google.
like Google or like I just like I
send them Google.com.
Yeah, I send them like links to Google.com or like Apple, like the actual like app
the
or whatever.
map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's like, what's this? I was like, look it up, dude. I'm sorry, like, we're in 2021. This ain't no fucking MapQuest shit. Like,
Yeah, dude, for real. And I don't know. I guess like that's the thing that bothers me too is just being bothered by other people unnecessarily. It's like when they ask like, "Oh man, did you see how the Rockies did last night or something?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." It's like, "Oh, I wonder what the score was." I'm like, "Look it up, dude." It's literally right
that
there.
I'm sorry, sister. This one goes out to you because you're the worst at that. It's like, oh, where's it at? I was like, dude, just look it up. She's like, just tell me. I was like, just look it up.
Yeah, for real.
I'm sorry. I love you. You know I do.
Yeah.
But
I
look
don't
it
even,
up.
and that's what I like about like Morgan is like I can just say anything and she's already Googling it. It's like she was talking to me about so spoilers kinda, if you haven't seen Loki that came out. By this you should have seen like 4 episodes. But it has the whole DB Cooper sketch in the thing.
Which is so sick, dude. That
Yeah,
was
and she's
brilliant.
like, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, he's supposed to be DB Cooper. And he's like, oh, who's that? I'm like, oh, it's some guy that robbed a bank. And she's just like, just look it up. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
and she's like, oh, I get it now. I'm like,
that was a cool reference.
Yeah,
I was like, oh yeah.
I thought they were gonna do more with it, but whatever. That's a pet peeve.
Marvel.
Fucking Marvel. Ugh. All their TV shows right now specifically pet peeving me.
I think a pet peeve is when actually one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to stuff like that is when a movie like a studio tries to make something cool. Like Space Jam 2 looks terrible.
Yeah,
and
it
it's not
looks
even
so bad.
because it's LeBron and I'm a huge that should be on the subject. I could talk about that for 7 minutes.
Just
You'd be like, yeah,
LeBron.
whatever. Yeah. But it's just like it just looks so stupid. Then that might just be because I'm not a kid.
Yeah.
But even like the comedy from Space Jam 1, actually from Space Jam, there's no Space Jam 1. That is Space Jam.
That is Space Jam.
Like it's still, I mean, it's funny, but it's also because it's more of like me being a kid. But like
yeah,
that
have you seen
one-
Space Jam? It's terrible. It's not a good movie at all. Michael Jordan can't act for shit.
Bill Murray's the best part of that whole movie.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Newman.
No one knows his real name.
People do, just
Hello,
not
Newman.
us.
But
But I guess we kind of talked about like driving pet peeves a little bit as well. But I think that would
last
be
episode. Check it out.
Was it last episode?
I don't know. It was one of these.
It was 2 episodes
It was a
ago.
few
or something.
episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think. God, why is this not pet peeve? Is this fucking thing not keeping where it's supposed to be?
Stop making noises, man.
All right.
Pet peeve of mine is people chewing with their mouth open. I do hate that.
Yeah, I guess I was that kind of bothered me, but now I'm like, I don't fucking care. Yeah.
I just hate it 'cause it's just like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, that's so gross.
What pisses my mom off is when people talk with their mouth full, and then every time I'm eating and I do it, and she's like, "Don't talk with your mouth full." I'm like, "Don't ask me questions when I'm eating." I don't know what to fucking tell you.
I'm the same way. Like, I'm one. I don't like talking with my mouth full for sure. But it's always like when the waitress comes every single time we have like food in your mouth.
she's like, "How is
how's
everything?"
everything? You're like, you just look like a dick. Like, you know. Yeah. What else? What other pet peeves are out there?
A lot, dude.
There is a lot.
Everything
actually.
is a fucking like. So I don't tie my tennis shoes just because like I'm not gonna run or go play tennis in these tennis shoes. So I just don't tie them. I just like, pretty much make them like slip-ons.
Yeah.
Dude, so many people get so mad at me that my shoes aren't tied. And like, dude, you don't have any ankle support if you don't. I'm like, the fuck do I need ankle support for, dude? I'm gonna fucking like juke someone out on the street.
What are these sidewalks have? Like ridges and
Yeah.
like rocks and.
Yeah, I don't get it. But if I do stuff, I'll tie my shoes. But I'm not doing shit, so they're not gonna be tied.
What is another pet peeve? I have a lot of them. I just can't think of them right now.
That's a pet peeve.
Oh,
Is when G puts in a topic and can't think of anything on the topic.
Okay. Well, see.
Okay.
That's some bullshit right there. Come on, man. Can't tell me be like that.
I don't even know if it's your topic or not.
It definitely is my topic. I'm pretty sure I was like talking about pet peeves and I was like, oh yeah, I need to write this shit up and never remember what it was. I hate when people pay with change. I hate it so much. So my mom used to do that growing up. Like she would be like, it'd be like
if it's under like
$1,
$2.50, I'll be like, okay, cool, change.
No, my mom would be like, oh, it's like $7.50. She'd be like, okay, but and I'm like, Mom, come on. She's like, they have to take it. It's like currency. I was like, I get that, but also like,
it's fucking annoying.
come on, like, I don't want to be the guy everyone's looking at because it's taking 10 minutes to like count this. You know, like that's a big pet peeve of mine.
I will say, working at restaurants, though, you probably have this similar thing, but like counting change now is just like so easy to me.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, cool. Boop, 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 boop. I can like pick it up almost and guess how much like in quarters there are.
All right. So at what point does a pet peeve become like an entitlement?
A cause worthy to murder somebody?
No. What? No. Jesus. No. Like when is it like it's a pet peeve or it's just makes someone being entitled?
I think they're one and the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like,
because it's a pet peeve because it's like not really that important, but it just bothers you. And there's no real reason it bothers you.
So is it a pet peeve if it's someone's like, my steak was supposed to be medium rare. This is medium. Like,
I guarantee someone has a pet peeve. Like, oh, undercooked steaks are my pet peeve.
yeah, see, but that's like extreme entitlement, I feel like.
Yeah, but that's also an extreme example.
That's true. But yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I hate people like that, though.
People paying in change.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve for you, but it's like, wow, must be nice having paper. I didn't see paper currency until I was like 15.
Way to make this so against me.
Yeah.
That would make sense though. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm just showing you.
They got free bank accounts, man.
I'm just showing you how like it switches around and how it could be perceived as both and both ways.
So if you have a pet peeve, you're pretty much just it's like the dickness in you.
Yeah.
Dickishness.
Yeah, that word.
Yeah, that's time.
Oh man, that's time. I can actually see the timer today because the hat's out of the way.
How about now?
Damn it.
Fuck you. That's my pet
Foiled
peeve.
again.
Foiled. Hat foiled.
Hat foiled.
If you guys have any pet peeves, put them in the comment section because we'd like to know because there is plenty.
Yeah, there are.
And
definitely a lot.
if there's any that you heard
we got
here
seeds
today.
back. Sorry.
We've always had seeds.
They were definitely not here.
They were in there, dude. That's right.
Oh my god, that's my pet peeve right there. Because I was at the studio for like 5 days for hours on hours, and I was like, "Where'd all our snacks go?"
Yeah, they've been here.
They were hidden from me. All right, nope. Next subject.
Okay, let's move on.
Round 2.
Yeah,
Subject number 2 sponsored by Banjos. That was amazing. Covers versus remixes.
Covers versus remixes.
Now, let's explain this before we go through and discuss it.
Because this is a pet peeve of mine, actually. That's a nice segue.
You should have used it in the last one. You can't talk about it now.
I can't talk about it now. But this went into the hat specifically because I overheard someone having a conversation, and he's like, "Oh, did you hear this song by what the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, nothing. I'm just listening.
He's like, "Oh, did you hear this song by this band? They do a sweet like remix of it." I'm like, "No, they don't. They do a cover of it."
All right, so what's the? I was listening to this the whole time just to piss you off. I'm the one editing that, so I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, I was
know.
like, I think no, this one's mine. Next one's yours.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's still gonna be. I'm gonna do it all over here and out. So a cover is something that was not written by you, but you're trying to make it your own, like reiteration.
Yeah,
right?
you play it basically.
And then a remix is something where it's the person's song reproduced.
Yeah.
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 So like for example, there's a song by oh my god, what's his name? Steve Winwood, "Bring Me a Higher Love."
Mm-hmm.
He sings. Whitney Houston covered it, but that was only released in Japan. And then last year, Kygo was asked by the Whitney estate to remix her version of it.
Yeah.
So then her version's a cover remix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it bothers me so much. That,
Just like the terminology of it.
Yeah.
We're saying.
And honestly, I am not a huge fan of remixes in general because it's just like a DJ thing in my brain, even though
Same.
pretty much
Same.
anybody can do it. But remixes are just, I don't know, they feel lazier to me.
Well, see,
I don't know.
Yeah, no. So okay, so there's remix, but then there's reprises, which is
Yeah, the same song but differently.
yeah. But it's, I mean, I think
It's still in the cover genre or it's a subcategory of cover.
no, because it's not. It's the artist covering a song.
Yeah, so a reprise would just be the artist doing their own song differently.
Yeah, so that would just be like a remix technically, right?
Not
'Cause
necessarily.
he's not covering a song that's his song.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, if you wrote a song and then you do it in a different style, that's just a reprise.
So like, okay, so like, what's a famous reprise out there?
Oh, dude, I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's a way too specific question for me
that
to.
is.
Yeah.
Especially to think about it. I could think of a few that's like really indie artists out there. Like Josh Arian has one that's a reprise of his an old song. Mm-hmm. But I can't think of anything now.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I've had a couple bands one band that did a reprise of their other song or
yeah, I
one
mean,
of our songs.
I'm planning on releasing a reprise on one of my
Yeah,
songs.
we're working on a reprise.
We haven't for a minute, but
Yeah, but like I said, I think that's just a subgenre of cover.
So like what I do, like at bars, that's a cover. It's not a remix because I'm trying to cover this guy's song in my style.
I think it also has to do, and like we could be completely wrong. This is just our somewhat educated guess on what we consider covers and remixes, but I would say like remixes too have to have some original audio in it.
I believe I agree with that. Because you think of anything that like the sexual healing one that came out like a few years ago. Mm-hmm. It was a remix because it had the original audio vocals at least.
Yeah.
And then it added the elements to it.
And then it all depends on how it's used too, because then it's like I think sampling is another subgenre of remixing.
Yeah. So hip hop is a lot of sampling.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say those aren't necessarily remixed songs itself. They're just sampled songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of technicality that gets behind a lot of stuff.
Well, what sucks is that I think it's hard for musicians to release something that's either a cover or remix and make it sound good. I don't think a lot of them are that. I mean, Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" is a cover.
Yeah.
And that's way better than Dolly Parton's version. Not that the Dolly Parton version isn't bad, but it's the one
You
that
can't speak of Dolly Parton that way,
it's
bro.
the one that everyone. I mean, yeah, but even Dolly Parton's like, yeah, that's Whitney's
Yeah.
like, you know, what's another one? Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding. Otis Redding actually wrote "Respect." Aretha Franklin covered it, and she does a way better job at that. So there's very, very, very rare songs out there that are covers.
Yeah, how would you look at what is that song? Gangster's Paradise and
That's
Pastime Paradise, or
that's a good question.
so that's like a sample. It's like almost a direct steal because they stole
I think
everything.
it's just a sample.
But they took the hook and everything.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's just a sample. Same as with Vanilla Ice and Under Pressure. Mm-hmm. But that whole thing is so stupid. I fucking hate Vanilla Ice.
I don't hate him.
I do.
He had literally nothing to do with writing that song. I guarantee it.
No, but what I'm saying is like he just whatever. Anyways,
All right,
But
I think we
is
found
there-
a pet peeve that we missed.
Vanilla Ice.
Talking about Vanilla Ice in front of G. Jesus.
And who was the other one? MC Hammer.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Super Freak.
Yeah, Super Freak. Yep. See, I
Yeah.
don't think that would be again like sampling, but I don't know.
This might sound extremely contradicting to what I do as a profession, but I don't like musicians who do covers sometimes. That like record covers and put them out there.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like me, like I would never. I don't think I'd ever record a cover and then like
To make
put it
money
out there.
off of it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because like fucking Weezer doing Toto, like get the fuck out of here.
Weezer
dude.
doing an entire album.
That was just covers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
was-
I can see it because it's fun to do your own spin
But that's
on
also
stuff.
only fun live, dude. Like that's the thing is like if they were to do like Toto live, you'd be like, oh, that's sick. They're doing Toto, but to actually release it, to be like,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I agree with you to an extent because one of my favorite things to do ever is play covers because I fucking love them and I like to take the song and like completely change it.
yeah, like do like how you would remind me with the Pixies. Where's my mind?
Oops.
Yeah, no, stop.
Yeah. That I forgot we did that because we fucked it up when
I
we
fucked
did
it up. That was all me.
No,
That-
I also fucked it up
No,
because
because
you
of me.
fucked it. Yeah,
Exactly,
it
so-
doesn't matter. We both fucked it up. Doesn't matter who started
like-
the cascade.
I just saw you
We
like-
all fell over, bro.
I'm just like panicking. You were just,
and,
like,
and then you started doing it, and I'm like, oh
we're
shit,
just like,
what key are we in?
And I'm like seeing it. I'm just like, dude, I forgot what we're at. Like we're
Yeah.
It's amazing. But yeah, like I'm not a big fan of people who record covers and don't do them well or try to make them more like intimate. Mm-hmm. Like I hate slow covers of fast-paced
Oh,
songs.
dude. Speaking on that, like, I hate. It's not even necessarily like I hate the white guys doing it. It's just always white guys doing it for some reason. But when they do acoustic covers of rap songs,
Yeah.
why is it always a white guy and a guitar doing rap song covers like that? They always slow it down and they do like some overhyped finger picky stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh, just remix it next time.
Yeah, or just don't do it at all. Next time.
That's done.
Stupid. That's a pet peeve, I guess.
That apparently that was a I ranted a little more than I expected.
I think
on
it
that
turns out that this whole podcast is just us having our pet peeves with the specific subject we're talking about.
one. Yeah, I guess it is pet peeves of 5 now.
Yeah.
That's really we just realized that
Best pet peeves
of
podcast.
yeah. Well, we're moving on. Let's just fucking let's go.
Round 3.
Subject number 3 brought to you by Banjo. What is it, Chris?
I forgot the exact wording of this question, but it's the topic says social media and kids. But is it social media? Is social media ruining kids or kids and social media? I forgot how we worded that
Let's
in
do
the actual
both.
thing. All right.
So social media. Let's go with the first part. I think social media and kids. Like,
Okay.
in the sense of like, how does that correlate? How does that work? You have a kid. I don't, but I have nieces and nephews. I have no idea how much it like affects them.
Yeah, so I remember growing up and constantly getting shit on by like my older brothers and my parents like, you're always on the computer with your AOLs and whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's fine. And it's like, oh, you're always playing video games on your thing, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's fine. But now it's like the phone is both of those in the same place.
That's weird.
So I don't really think anything has changed. Well, from I guess the 80s, 90s kids till the kids now, because I think they do the exact same thing. It's just different device.
And we're all okay with it now.
Yeah,
it is a lot, man.
Well, I mean, we're okay with it, but
how does the development of a child get affected by that? Because that's a reality, right? Like you see, like 2-year-olds like know how to work like an iPad.
Yeah,
and that freaks me out because I'm just like,
I honestly think like the technology you introduce to kids sooner is better in their development because it teaches them and gets them comfortable with technology.
But I mean, do they see reality different than we do because of that?
No, man, because we're all people. We like there's a cognitive dissonance that people want to have to be like, oh, you don't understand what's real because you're always on your phone. But it's like, no, man, if they see a fucking dog on the internet, they know, okay, this is a dog. But if they see a dog in real life, they're like, oh, this is a dog. Like, they fucking know the difference.
I don't know, but I mean, like, I think kids look more at their screens than we do. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's just the way the times are moving, right?
Yeah, but
then also, like, how, like, you see, like, for example, you go on a trip and you see all these people taking pictures and you're just like, you're not really taking in consideration what's actually in front of you.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like, I think it's all exactly how it's always been. It's just getting replaced. Because there's pictures of, like, families sitting in the living room and every single one of them is on their phone.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, look, phones are ruining everything. But then you'll find pictures of like the families. 1930s, everyone sitting around the radio reading a magazine or like a comic book or a newspaper, and no one's talking to each other. It's like, this is what has always happened.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think there's more of an evolution now when it comes to that. I mean, whatever. I think we're going to be fine no matter what.
Yeah.
But it is crazy to think that like the attention span's going to be here more so now because the world is in your hands as compared to just like around you. You know what I mean?
And I think
even me like recording this, I'm like looking at us more than I'm like looking at you.
Yeah, it's because you're not a professional like I am.
I mean, I'm just saying that's like what kids like deal with like on a daily basis.
Sorry, I was making eyes at the camera.
Yeah, see, case in point.
But yeah, like, so anyway, getting from the act phone to the social media aspect, I think social media
is scary.
I don't think it's as scary as people make it out to be. But social media is just an extended form of what we did anyway.
Yeah, I think it's scary because
it's just more accessible to talk to more people. Because
that's the problem. That's what's scary about it, is that like I can't imagine like going to school. I mean, I got bullied when I was younger. Why wouldn't I? You know, I mean, it's fucking me. Like,
wow, that was the saddest shit I've ever heard.
But I can't imagine like going from home and then still dealing with that shit after home. Like that's what's scary about it. You know what I mean?
Like, for sure. Yeah. I also think, I'm not saying bullying doesn't exist because it definitely will never go away, but I think more kids are anti-bullies than there are bullies.
But the bullies that are bullies are like, they can go away, like a ways to make that person, you know, feel that stuff. But then also I think there's something about social media that also makes people soft. And I hate to say it that way, you know, like I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think there is like,
they're too bubbled. So even with like going to kids, like they could only talk to people that reaffirm what they believe in. Mm. So it makes sense because a lot of people do that. But if you're a kid, then you don't get the experience of having to deal with someone who doesn't disagree with you. And that's why I think the whole idea of like cancel culture from like the Gen Z standpoint is so dramatic.
Yeah.
Because they hear something they don't like and then all their friends are like, yeah, that's not cool. But then there's hundreds of thousands of other people that are like, dude, it's whatever. Yeah. Like nobody fucking cares.
There's also like the scary thing for me, and honestly, like obviously we're gonna be fine. I wholeheartedly believe like kids will be fine. Like the evolution of how we grow up as human beings is gonna be fine. But like the standards of beauty, the standards of how you need to look, you think that has a lot like that's increased now more than ever, or you think it's the same?
It's always been the same.
Yeah, I mean, but now it's like constantly like on your phone, like living my best life. And
but then we're also assuming kids, I'm not saying kids are smart, but we're assuming kids are absolute idiots, which is just not fair to them because they understand like.
But I mean, following trends now, I feel like it's not just a long trend anymore. It's just like, I mean, they're eating fucking Tide Pods because some kid tried it once before. Now they're like, oh, we need to do it now. This is a fucking challenge. Like,
firstly, there were like 6 kids who ate Tide Pods.
That's 6 too many.
In the end, I'm not disagreeing with you. But 6 kids ate Tide Pods in the entirety of the thing. Okay, but I'm not, compared to how many people tried to drink a gallon of milk in an hour?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
You don't remember the gallon milk challenge?
No, because I'm better than that.
Or because you didn't have internet.
Or milk.
Or milk. Yeah. So it's like, it doesn't fucking matter what the trend is. People are gonna do it. The ALS challenge, people did that and had no idea what ALS was
No,
for.
for sure. But what I'm saying is that it like it's happening more often as compared to like us. Like there was a trend,
But
and
see,
that
it's
trend
not
would last
happening
so
more
much
often.
longer.
We're just hearing about it because
We
it's
can
so
hear everything.
accessible. Yeah.
I really wish we lived like in the times when there was just like paper was just getting invented.
Fuck that, dude. That'd be
That'd be
awful.
amazing,
That'd be
dude.
so bad.
Less things to worry about.
There are
And
so many things to not worry about. You just have to not care about
it's
it.
all in your phone, so it's so hard not to. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you know, so the phone.
if I wanna see the
phone has a thing on the side.
if
that
I want to
says
see the
off.
well, I know that, dude. But how many times does that like really work? And how effective is it? Like,
I do that every night.
yeah, but as a kid who grows up with phones, it's so I'm sure it's so hard to be like not be on social media. Like FOMO is a real thing.
It's not a real thing.
It's
for
a
me.
real thing.
Not for me.
Well,
I
not
don't
for
give
you,
a
but for
fuck.
kids it is. Like that's what I'm saying. Is like we're not talking about us. We're talking about kids. Like FOMO is a
It
real
sounds
thing.
like you're talking about yourself.
No,
dude.
no, I'm talking about kids, man. Like,
Dude, I think we need to get Dr. Phil on here to talk to you, bud.
can
How
we
are you,
FaceTime him?
G? That was terrible, Dr. Phil.
That
I don't know
was.
what he sounds like, so I just know he's Southern and old.
Yeah.
That's literally my knowledge of Dr. Phil.
What did you say? How are you, G?
Because he's Southern and old.
What is he? Sounds like a Southern Dracula.
Good. That's probably what Dr. Phil is, sucking away.
I
all
want
these-
to eat your blood.
That was sounded like Dr. Phil to me. I don't know about you. But I guess we never talked about, do we think it's ruining kids? So maybe they'll go in extras.
Yeah, DVDs, extras.
Extras. But yeah,
Don't mind the sound in the background. It's people being stupid outside.
even though we have our recording light on, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's like we installed that for literally no
Nothing.
reason.
On to the next one.
Round 4.
All right, next subject. Subject number 4, brought to you by Drum.
There's too much stuff on it. It's all dead now.
All right, topic number 4. This one's from Mark Bison.
Oh, is it Mark? Oh,
Oh, hi, Mark.
Buffalo. Buffalo.
Oh, I actually said the right thing. Fuck.
Yeah, you said the right thing.
All
You
right.
fucked up the joke. Mark wins now. Congratulations, Mark.
This
Winner, insert applause and winning.
you win this round. I'm glad you're editing this one.
Oh, yeah. You shoot that.
Mark, yeah. Mark wrote the one that got away. And
Oh, that's deep.
we're talking about tacos here.
Yeah. That one taco that like you went to eat, but then the filling just went
And then a rat got it,
bastard.
and it looked so good.
I know he has to feed his 4 orphaned turtle children, but it's irrelevant.
You think there's a Mexican version of Ninja Turtles?
I mean, probably, dude.
I mean, because I think, yeah, it'd be Rafa. Rafa would definitely be one of them,
yeah,
and Leo would be like, yeah, I don't
probably still
know, Leo.
Leo Leonard.
No, what? They're Mexican.
Yeah.
What up, Leonard?
I
in
guess it's a
Mexico?
little Spanish, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, the one that
You
got
probably
away.
have
There's
multiple
20 seconds.
Leonards
We
that
just
are Mexican. That's
well, the one
40
that, yeah,
seconds anyways.
the one that got away. So that's pretty much, for me, that's a high school sweetheart, right? And I remember I used to dwell on that so much, and now, no, I'm not so much.
I don't know, because I'm so emotionally dead inside about a lot of things.
He's just dead.
Yeah, I'm actually a corpse.
He's actually
See, all of this is just bloating.
He smells really bad always.
Yeah, but he
Especially
likes
when
it,
it's
so
hot.
hot. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily have one that got away necessarily.
I can see that.
There was a girlfriend that I had that I wish I still had a longer relationship with.
That's the one that got away then.
I
Like in
guess,
theory.
but at the same time, it was like 8th grade.
Get over it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's also a girl that I never dated that I probably should have.
Oh, is it the one?
No.
Like that one that we talked about?
No.
Oh, okay. This is a different one.
This is a different one.
Do I know her?
No.
Maybe.
She went to a different high school, bro. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Gotcha.
She lives in Canada. It's fun.
was me.
So I don't know. I guess, yeah.
I think.
I would definitely say I prematurely told girls I loved them. Like,
I mean, who didn't though?
smart people.
No, smart people. Maybe. I guess we're both idiots.
People
so-
better than us.
Yeah, people that can hold their emotions better at
Hell yeah.
in middle school.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, I think that saying has a lot to do with that early, like, independent stage of your life. So, like, the 18, the high school, things like that. And I think it's necessary to go through those situations and also realize that you're fucking young as hell and there's so much more time
Yeah. And I think
for you to recuperate. Not recuperate, but just, like, find that one person.
And I think also why I guess I can't really have like an idea about this because when I was 16, I had my child, and then I ended up marrying her mom when I was like 20, and then we were together until I was like 23 or something.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, by that time, it's already like...
I met you when you were first single?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to see if that mathed correctly in my head.
That's wild.
I might be incorrect on some of that time frame, but
Either way,
it was
it's pretty
roughly
close.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we grew up in a time where love and being a hopeless romantic was a thing. Like every single movie that came out there.
Are you familiar with that term?
No, but
Lothario is a Shakespearean term for hopeless romantic.
you know what? I'm gonna name my kid Lothario.
Or Lothario.
Lethargic.
I forgot how it's worded.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm not much of a reader of
But
poetry.
yeah, like the '90s, like really had like every movie you watched had like a love interest, had a love scene, had this hopeless romantic aspect of it. You know.
Yeah, it was all the rom-coms. It was like the best quirky friend that ends up falling in love with the girl.
And
then he gets the girl because that's how movies work.
I was the biggest hopeless romantic, 100%. Like,
You say that past tense.
yeah, I think that's definitely past tense.
All right, that's good.
I think I'm
Good, you're growing.
I think I'm just hopeless now.
It's not even romantic anymore. It's just I'm
just
fucking hopeless.
Yeah, I'm surprised Heather's still with me. That's how hopeless I am. Yeah.
She's like, oh, I know. It's just convenient.
It's just convenient. Yeah, you're just there, dude. I guess. Jesus, sorry, Heather. But no, I mean, like, yeah, like I was like this hopeless romantic who really was in this relationship that I thought was the one. That I got to the point where I was like, I will do anything for this girl, and I did. Like,
But you won't do that.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. Good reference there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun edit. But no, like, yeah, like I remember like thinking, you know, like this girl's the one, like I'm gonna marry her, and like, well, like this is gonna be a great time. But then it turned into me being like, well, she's going to school and I'm not, so I'm gonna work my ass off so she can go to school.
Yeah.
And it was very much
supplement, help out. Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, we ended up breaking up, and it was a pretty bad breakup for sure, but it was necessary for me to be like, all right, like, she was the one that got away, but also I'm glad that she did.
Yeah. Sometimes like the one that gets away is probably better that they got away. You know.
Yeah.
Because then it would help your personal growth more to go through that than it does to get everything you want all the time.
Yeah, like I have no idea like how she's doing, where she's at, if she's got plans, you know.
Yeah.
If she's sipping wine.
Yeah, sipping wine on a beach somewhere.
No, damn it, you ruined it. I was trying to quote the Silk Sonic.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was like,
nobody cares about Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
Shut your mouth.
Single.
I'm excited
that
for that.
song is so mediocre.
You're mediocre.
Yeah.
But no, okay, so
but I don't write songs
have
about it.
I have no idea. Yeah, you do. Anyways. There you go. See, yeah.
All right, anyway, moving on.
But yeah, no, so like I have no like no contact with her, no interest, and I'm really happy it's away. Like out of sight, out of mind, you know. But I think it was necessary for me to go through that heartbreak to be like, all right, real life isn't a fucking movie.
Yeah, for real.
Like that's a thing. So I think hopeless romantics are it's important, or not hopeless romantic, but what was it? The one that got away is important. Just don't dwell on it too long.
Have you ever had like a girlfriend that's like, you know, she broke up with you, you broke up with her, doesn't matter, but like she tried to like be your friend outside the relationship afterwards?
Yeah, we tried that a couple times. It didn't work
And
out.
it's always weird, man. Like I had this one girl who's like would randomly text me, "Hey, hope you're doing well." I'm like, yeah, I'm personally fine, but you know, you just kind of bailed, so I don't know what the fuck you want from me.
I had one ex that was like, so she cheated on me. She's like, I hope we can still be friends. I was like, no. Like, trust me. Like, I get invested in relationships. I really do. You know, I get
invested in people as much as I hate, and this is probably why I hate people so much, because, yeah, I just said I hate you, but it's fine. But yeah, I think I get invested in people in general too much. So like, regardless if I'm in like a relationship or just, you know, sexually open with them.
What are you pointing at me?
I was just saying in general.
So,
I was just saying in general, like,
okay.
You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get an OTPHJ every once in a while before you record. But yeah.
Where were you going with that?
What?
You got 4 seconds to finish your thought.
Well, let's fucking talk over. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Next
like
time.
just people that I get invested in people. So then like when I stop talking to them, it's like, why? Why did you stop talking?
What's the investment too? Like
just effort and energy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I get 100% what you're saying. Like for me, I don't talk to my past relationships because for one, it's not healthy, and two,
well,
like
I'm not saying like girlfriends. I'm just saying like
friends
in
that's
general.
what I'm saying. Yeah, but like if something like goes south, you're just like, all right, cool. Like what's the point in like revisiting the situation when it went and ended so bad?
Yeah.
Like friendship over, girlfriend and or boyfriend or whatever
And
it is.
yeah,
So.
I've definitely like learned a lot from that because I've had coworkers that have been like best friends, like ride or dies with forever. And then one of us stops working there and then they just disappear.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's like, maybe I disappeared. I don't know. It's just interesting dynamic.
But that's just life,
yeah.
man. That's ultimately what it comes down to. That's just life. You're gonna meet people, you're gonna invest in them, and then there's not gonna be an investment. Like
Yeah, there's no reciprocation with OTPHJs before recording.
all right, next subject. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Let us know about any relationships that you've had that one got away.
Next subject. Next subject.
Final round.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in again. If you have a friend who might like this podcast, send it their way and let us know who it is so we can talk shit about them on the air.
Just for you.
So, yeah,
Only $5.
plus a handy dandy notebook. All right, Chris, what's the final subject?
Round final for today is the "you're welcome" problem. So if you remember the context of this one, so it's that another generational divide kind of thing, where a lot of older generations
That my pleasure shit.
get mad if you say "no problem" versus "you're welcome." So someone tells you "thank you," you say, "Oh, you're welcome." That's what they expect.
man.
But then I think the younger generation is like, "Yeah, not a problem," or "don't worry about it," or something like that.
I think it's...
And it's offensive to different generations, apparently.
yeah, it's so stupid, man. I was working for Chase. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm down over here. When I was working for Chase, I used to get in trouble a lot for like, oh yeah, man, not a problem, man. I got you. No worries. Whatever. You can't say that, G. I was like, why can't I say that? I was like, you can't, like, and I couldn't even say you're welcome. It had to be like my pleasure. And I was like, why can't I say that? It's like, because you're assuming that there was a problem in the first place. And I was like, that's really stupid because this is how we have always talked.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly the misconstrued. What's misconstrued?
You're just, like, at that point, you're just being too picky for my liking.
Yeah. So I think the older generation is expecting people to say like "you're welcome," as in, "Oh, this was a favor I did for you."
Yeah.
Where we say "no problem" because we didn't expect the burden on us. Like there was no burden on us.
Yeah, we had to do it.
Whereas the "you're welcome" implies like, "Oh, I'm sorry I put a burden on you," and you're like, "Okay, here's you're welcome." It's giving you the burden back. Whereas "no problem" is like, "Oh, it was literally no burden in the first
It's fucking
place."
politeness no matter what. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Is that like, if you're going to get upset, if you're going to want to talk to a manager about me saying not a problem or no problem or all good.
Yeah. I just say shit.
You're right. Hey, yo, doggy, you welcome.
I just go, psst. Actually, I say no worries most of the time.
I'll be like, oh, thanks. Yeah, big problem.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know. Like politeness is, I love politeness. I try to be as polite as possible with people except for you. And so.
Oh, you're polite
get
off
that-
camera.
Shut your mouth.
Sometimes I can't.
Oh, that burger though. All right.
Yeah. Bean
yeah.
burrito, bud. I don't know why this is so aggressive.
I don't either.
We need to stop. All right. Continue.
But yeah, I don't know. That whole aspect of like level of politeness. I just think being polite is enough. Mm-hmm. And it goes with a lot of things. Like my pleasure, I totally get it. But it's like
I don't, because it's not. That's just lying to people at that point. It's not my pleasure to help you.
I mean,
it's not.
You ever go to
a
Chick-fil-A?
problem for
You
me
ever
to
go to
help you.
Chick-fil-A and like, because my thing is I say thank you for everything. Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
I
yeah, I do the
and I
same
don't
thing.
even do like on purpose. But in Chick-fil-A, I feel like I'm doing it like more than often. But that's just because I'm aware that they're gonna say my pleasure every
Oh,
single
yeah. I
time.
don't fucking know.
Like, oh, thanks.
I
you
don't
guys-
really go to Chick-fil-A. So.
Oh yeah, thanks. And you're like, my pleasure. I'm just like, fuck. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I say like thanks for everything. Like someone like hands me like a straw that I'm not going to use at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, thanks. And they're like, yeah.
I say,
But even that is polite to us. Like,
Yeah.
they don't say, they're like, mm-hmm, or like, yeah. Like, they don't need a, mm-hmm. They don't need to reply to it. And we're chill with it. We're like, oh, yeah, thanks. You acknowledged my thanks. And you say, yeah, I appreciate
I
you
just think
thanking me.
Yeah, I think people are just overthinking it because even like I couldn't say any time.
Yeah.
Like you have to say my pleasure. It's like, do I have to say my pleasure? Like, is that the one thing I have to say? Like, if I don't say my pleasure, I'm losing my job. Like, word.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh yeah, anytime, man. I got you. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
What if you're like, the pleasure is all mine? Like, what if you say, and they're like, okay, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
anytime you want, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Just like-
Anyway,
Just start
want
quoting
it.
songs like that.
Yeah.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yeah, now you're just going way off topic here.
What? No, it's the same
Fine.
thing.
No.
That's okay, but even saying you're welcome, it seems like, and that was like one of the arguments is like, you're making it seem like, yeah, you're welcome. I don't know. It's so weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you say you're welcome, it implies that like they did something that you didn't want to do.
Yeah, and I think that, but yeah, so like at the bank, I couldn't even say you're welcome. It had to be, that's why it had to be my pleasure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I'm sure no one's gonna get offended by this, and
Literally,
if they do,
well, I wouldn't say no one. There's very distinct generation of people who get triggered over things like this.
that's just a brittle spirit, man.
Yeah.
Just get over it. Like,
Everything's pretty brittle now.
If that ruins your day, fucking grow a pair. Like, there's so much things out there that can upset you way more.
Yeah, I agree on that. And I don't know, there's just so many like verbiage and terminology that we use as kids basically that kind of just now are acceptable. Like I'll say it's like along the lines of, getting like tattoos. Remember, like you're like, oh, you can't get a tattoo below your sleeve.
Dude.
Employers won't hire you. And now literally no one cares. It's kind of that same thing. It's like, oh, don't say cool in a job interview, or don't say the word awesome. It makes you look unprofessional.
Good.
And then you call someone on the phone and you're like, oh, hey, can I place an order? Awesome, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
I think all my interviews I've ever had were always like, I was really informal but still like professional.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I am. I'm just like every time I was working at the bank, be like, oh man, what's up? How you doing, man? Come on over, I got you. And like they'd be like, you can't talk to us. Like, what? In what way does that make me seem unprofessional? It makes me seem welcoming. Like,
Yeah.
like what's the difference between welcoming and professional, right? Like that's probably the ultimate question right there.
Yeah.
Is that there is a difference between being professional, like, oh hi sir, like I'm not like that, like fuck off.
Dude, and like, I don't know, I guess like, it's so weird because I went in a job interview like years ago and it was like just happened to be like whatever 95 degrees. So I'm like, yeah, I wore like a polo and shorts for this job interview. And the guy got mad at me. He's like, oh, I thought you were going to dress up for me, like wearing a tie and all this. I'm like, bro.
I'm working in the kitchen.
Well, it was a liquor store. And I was like, the way I was dressed, just how I described, I was dressed nicer than he was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't dressed up at all. I'm just like, dude, stop.
I that's one thing I do hate about interviews. Like dress for the job you want. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna be suit and tie if I'm working fucking like landscaping, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Get the fuck
I'm
outta
not
here.
like, yeah, the last job interview I did, it was so informal. Like, it was literally like, hey, can you show up at like 1? I'm like, it'll be like 1:30 if that's cool.
Yeah.
And then I literally showed up after a podcast wearing just like a t-shirt and whatever, and just like, oh, cool, you're hired. I'm like, yeah, of course, because it's a fucking kitchen.
Professionalism
They hire
is so
anybody.
stupid, man. Like,
It's important.
I get it for specific jobs, yes.
It's important when you're doing something very specific, but like they always say, like you were saying, dress for the job you want. And it's like, cool, well, I'm working in a kitchen, so jeans and t-shirt, done.
Right.
Because that's what you wear in a kitchen.
I'm gonna if I ever apply for a job, I'm gonna dress up in suit and tie for like waste management, and then dress like that.
Yeah.
If I get hired, just like dress like that
And it's
every
like
day.
they look at you like, do you have a court date today or something?
No, dude, this is the job I want.
This is the
how
job I want. Yeah.
I don't know. I think things like that are stupid. It's kind of like, I know it's time, but it's kind of like when you say I'm sorry, how do you respond to that?
You like depend. Well, I
Like,
guess.
oh man, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, like
Like-
that would be like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'd be like, oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like,
Oh, like today, like he showed up 30 minutes late.
15.
Nah.
It was 15. It was 15. It was 15.
It was way.
It was 15,
past.
but my bad.
Yeah, and then I was just like, yeah, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Or like, I accept your apology.
You dropped your
I'm
pen.
gonna start saying that now.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. Oh,
I accept you.
you're the worst.
Oh man.
Let us know what you guys think of that subject, because I think it is interesting. I think that's something that we kind of like oversee, but it is a real thing in workplaces, and people in general who get upset about that kind of stuff. So
It's like, I guess we should have worded this question more so like new professionalism.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put it back in the hat under new professionalism versus old professionalism.
talk about it all over again.
Yeah, but in more detail about like how like facial piercings were a huge no-no and now no one
Oh
cares.
no, it's also like I couldn't have my beard too long at the bank.
Oh, yeah.
Like cool, because it makes me threatening. Like I get that you were trying to go for this image, but you're also trying to go for this really white
No,
image.
it just makes you look dirty having long beards.
It doesn't though.
No, I mean just long beards, not like specifically you as a brown, but like all people with super long beards. It just makes them look dirty. That's just what it is.
I think beards make people look cool.
I mean, long hair makes people look dirty.
Yeah, I'd still hire you.
Yeah. I mean, you have.
Oh, Hey, you guys. On that note, if you guys have any friends that you think would recommend this, please send them their way. I can't talk today. But yeah, if you guys listen on Apple Podcast, Google Play, Amazon Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, make sure you guys give a like on that thing and follow us to give us more views and things like that.
And as always, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. That was good, dude.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Almost harmony.
Almost.
We should definitely work on that.
Yeah, we should.
But anyways, you guys have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your wonderful day. And we'll see you guys next time on
Best of That was kind of good. It was so bad. It was like almost there.
Oh man, defeating it.
It was
so bad. That was bad.
It was almost